Steph here from S.Sifandos.com. Welcome to this video. We are speaking today to cognitive control. I'm going to fast forward and come back. So cognitive control is a greater predictor of physical and financial health than IQ tests or social status. And there are many studies, longitudinal studies that have been done on this. So I'm going to give you an example of a longitudinal study, and I'm going to explain to you what cognitive control is. So in New Zealand, there was a study conducted for between 4 to 8 year olds where they tested cognitive control. And one of those tests was the marshmallow test. I'll briefly explain the marshmallow test because it in turn explains what cognitive control is. Children around the age of 4, even a little bit older, 4 to 8, were left in a room with a marshmallow. And the parent or the technician, the lab technician or the researcher would say, I'm going to go away for a few minutes and I'm going to leave this marshmallow here, but I'm going to come back. You can have it if you want, but if you wait, I'm going for a few minutes. I've just got to run some errands. I've just got to do something. And if I come back and you haven't eaten it, I'm going to give you 2 marshmallows. So some kids were pacing up and down, some kids would sniff it, some kids would eat it straight away, some kids would walk away, sit in the corner, some kids would just sit there. Everyone had a different response. Now what happened was, when I say longitudinal study, it was conducted over many, many years. They came back to these children in their 30s, and the children that exhibited cognitive control, in other words, they waited for that person to come back to receive 2 marshmallows, were financially in a better position, and their health was in a better position than those that didn't exhibit cognitive control. And again, to reiterate, that's a better, more effective, accurate indicator of physical health, financial health than IQ tests or social status. Now, cognitive control is so empowering. You see, in Tantra, it's known as, one of the principles of Tantra is continence. Being continent with our word, with our feeling state, with our expression. In other words, sitting in silence and stillness and in a self-reflective praxis and understanding, what are we feeling, what are we thinking, how are we connecting right now. I don't just want to blurt out what I'm thinking. I want to give it careful consideration, not only at a thought level, at a cognitive level, but also at a feeling-based level. So I'm taking this a little bit further. I'm saying even at a spiritual level, connecting to self, cultivating deep self-awareness around who we are. And that cognitive control, that emotional control, that continence, it adds so much value to our lives. It provides us with perspective, an enlightened perspective that assists us in moving through the world in such a beautiful, symbiotic manner. Now, that cognitive control can add tremendous value to the lives of others as well. Because rather than reacting to life, we respond to life in a beautiful manner. And when we respond, we are more calculated. We are more in control. We are more connected to heart. That becomes very empowering and very crucial for a leader. So I believe, as you know, or if you watch many of my videos before, I'm a big advocate of sovereign leadership, and I've developed models around this. And so I go into organisations, I move into families, or I work with individuals and large corporations, and I advocate for a sovereign leadership model. Now, part of that is self-awareness and understanding self, being continent with one's self, one's inner world, one's thoughts, emotional state. And cognitive control is understanding self in that place, and there's a lot to be said for it. So when you're moving through the world, practice cognitive control, practice resisting, but understand the resistance. Don't just practice and come from a place of motivation and constantly fight it. Delve deep into it. Move with an intention. Connect to self. Understand how it may benefit you by stepping back and immersing in a state of cognitive control. Because that understanding, that why piece that intention piece is going to add so much value to who you are and how you move through the world. I promise you that. Cognitive control, empowering, so deeply empowering for yourself and for others, for your journey. For more videos, visit my YouTube channel, S.Sifandos. For more information about how I apply the cognitive control method into my programs and teachings and the corporate workshops that I do, the retreats that I run, and the conscious mentorship, exclusive conscious mentorship program that I have, please visit my website, S.Sifandos.com. One is always glad to be of service. Thank you so much for watching. Many blessings on your journey.